Okay, if this video doesn't work, I'm gonna go eat. I'm so serious. This is the 5th time. Okay, so I think this is working. This is going to be a little bit of a love reading because it was very much so requested. And I'm back. I told you I was going to be more consistent with posting these energy reads. Hold me accountable. Hopefully I'll be here every day. At least 3 times a week. That would be choice. But yeah, we're going to do a relationship read because I feel like a lot of the beings in our collective are struggling with attachment right now, which makes so much sense because we are going through this timeline shift. Sometimes when your guides are trying to make you shit or get off the pot, when there's a big rift that's happening between like choice A and choice B, which decision are you going to make to ride out the trajectory of that timeline? Like a lot of distractions will crop up from the lower choice, from the lower frequency to try to like entice you to stay stagnant. Ascension requires momentum. It takes effort to move up. It doesn't really take a lot of effort to move down. It's very easy to go down the stairs. It's not very easy to continue going upstairs. So like when you are at these big timeline shifts, you might find a lot of, like we were talking about yesterday, things from your past, those goblins start to come up and they start to become louder, and you can pay attention. You could use it like as an indicator to be aware of like what you're moving away from, what's becoming loud and annoying and kind of like glaringly not what you want. Even if you still hold an attachment to it, like you should pay attention to that. Like, this is what I'm stepping away from. But yeah, it just seems like for a lot of us, we're struggling with attachments, and and so we're gonna do a reading. We're gonna do like a relationship reading to talk about like what's moving out, what's coming in, what's keeping us stuck. If we are stuck, maybe your relationship is fine. I don't know, but it seemed like a lot of people wanted to know what's going on with like in terms of partnership. So we're gonna do that. So this is another thing that we need to understand as multidimensional beings. There are multi-dimensions of you. The physical avatar is one aspect of a 10-body system that you are operating within, probably even more, right? 10 is the subtle bodies that we can track and work with, like from the yogic science perspective. But say for instance, like your shadow. Your shadow is that flat, gray, 2-dimensional aspect of you, echo of you, right? So it's like the 2D echo of your 3D body. And we, in our consciousness now, feel like we are the 3D body. So we kind of, we attach to this physical realm. So this is what we think we are right now. But you are just as much that 2D shadow as you are this. But the 3D body is a 3rd-dimensional echo or shadow of your 4D body. And your 4D body is a fourth dimensional echo or shadow of a 5D body, and it continues and continues and continues. And some sensitive people are very aware and can perceive the unseen bodies, the bodies that are affecting us, but we can't like physically sense them with this instrument here. So, okay. So you're like this thing that's echoing, echoing, echoing. Everything's dropping down. Everything's beginning in subtler realms than this dense realm that we're in right now. So the causal realm, the heavenly realm, is affecting the subtle realm, the like spirit, ghosty realm. And the higher self, ghosty spirit, we're just saying that so we can get an idea of like what it might feel like. The subtle realm is directly affecting our physical realm. That bird, I think that's my bird friend. I think that's Sergeant. There's a northern mockingbird that I am really good friends with, and I think that's her. Okay, anyway, so causal drops down to subtle, subtle drops down to physical. The subtle realm doesn't really operate on linear time like our realm does. So we can't really like to the money gauge it, But you can, on average, assume that everything in the subtle realm is happening about 6 weeks before it happens in the physical realm. So if you have met the partner of your dreams in the spirit world, about 6 weeks after that happens in the spirit world, will it happen for you in the physical world. But what will happen is, because all of these bodies are connected and giving impressions to each other, what will happen is you enter a relationship in the spiritual realm with another soul, right? And then your physical body, which is waiting to catch up with that, starts to feel desire for a relationship. That impression comes through as a desire. Suddenly, I want to be in a relationship. I didn't ever want to be in a relationship. I was minding my own business. And suddenly I have this new thing that I'm feeling, this desire. And it's coming from the subtle realm. It's coming from what's happening in the subtle realm that you have to catch up with. And that's why a lot of the yogis preach detachment. To be detached, to just let go of whatever leaves in this world and welcome whatever comes in this world. And know that it's constantly going to be moving, so enjoy every second of it and don't cling to any of it. When you cling to something that's leaving in the subtle realm, like in the subtle realm, if you're in this new relationship, to enter this new relationship, you had to leave the old lower frequency relationship, right? If you are clinging in this world, like, no, trying to make it happen, trying to remanifest it, trying to do candle magic, trying to do anything to try to like call this thing that's leaving back in, what you're doing to your subtle body is like when you hold a bird that's flying away. The bird's flying, it's not really turning around and like pecking at you and asking you to let it go. It's just gonna keep flapping, 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 flapping and moving, and you're sitting there pinching its tail, right? And if you let it go, which would look like surrender in the physical realm, if you let the thing go that is trying to leave, all of a sudden the bird takes off. That's when people say, when I surrendered, all of a sudden all this stuff started like happening for me. But why did I have to reach rock bottom and like collapse and just like give up on everything and just be like, you know, to receive all of this? Because it's really how our Creator is revealing itself. You know, we like to walk around with this idea of free will. I don't think that there is free will. They can even track it scientifically that your brain has made a decision about what it's going to select before your consciousness is aware of the selection. So like, you are just an echo responding to things. You are not the doer. You do have a power to co-create with our Creator, but are you creating everything on your own? No, because that's a lot of responsibility. We can't even digest our own food consciously. So like, when you are working in acknowledgement that there is a higher power that is working through you, you can start working with that thing and whatever you call it and give it suggestions and start asking it questions and stuff like that. But, and that's where a lot of powerful manifestations come in, where you're giving a hint, a clue to the universe, the source. Like, hey, I know you got your own things going on, but if I could also experience this, that would be great. And that's how like our guides, our angels, our ancestors, the gods love to work in tandem with us. Because as much as we're hollering at them, they're hollering at us. All of our realms are connected. So, you know how they say, scientists sometimes say, like when you're looking at a star, you think you're looking at a star that's in the sky, but actually the star has died like years ago. What you're seeing is like this ancient light that just like is reaching our eyes. So it still looks like, that's kind of like the delay that the physical realm is working within, because it's like you are reaching for this thing. You're attached to this thing that you've just become familiar with and used to and think that you want, but it's been dead. It's actually not even there. You're just like seeing this kind of refracted emotional light that isn't really a thing, and you shouldn't be clinging to it, moving towards it, lighting candles for it, paying witches to petition on your behalf for it. Like, your best bet is to release it. As hard as that is, It's actually really easy too. Because, okay. Wait, I wrote down notes because I keep forgetting what I wanted to say. I was saying a lot of our collective feels this right now, that you're intuitively sensing something that's trying to arrive for you. You can see almost the light at the end of the tunnel now. It doesn't feel so like desperate and splashing around in the darkness. Now you can kind of like almost imagine where the universe is taking you, but it might be hard to accept, right? And it just might be so, you're just used to that thing that you're attached to. You're used to that relationship that you're attached to, that job or that familial pattern or whatever it is that you're attached to that you can't let go of. You're used to it. That is like such a gift and a curse of humanity, that we can get used to things, you know, that we can get used to really shitty situations and start to expect it and perpetuate it. It's not, I don't know. I feel like it has its ups and its downs. Love is not bad. Connection is not bad. It's nothing is bad, but it's the clinging that creates friction and doesn't allow the soul and the spirit to evolve on the path that it's trying to take you on. So we're gonna stop clinging. Let's look into the actual energy of this. And I have this really fun deck. I have a love deck. And the cards are cool and fun. I really want to see like what has shifted for us energetically. I want to see what us as a collective are struggling to release, and what else can we look at? Well, what's coming in? Okay, so let's do this. Let's see what has changed energetically first. So for this high frequency, crazy alien collective, what has, this came out already. I didn't even ask the question. What has changed for them energetically? I'm going to put that to the side. What has changed for us? Ooh. Somebody's not moving. Okay, so this one came out first. This is the no strings attached card. So what has changed energetically might be what was a casual, kind of fun, flingy relationship. You might have developed some actual emotional attachment for. It's not just a physical attachment anymore. So what's changed for you feels like there was something that was just kind of fun that became maybe a little bit heavier, and it's leaving. It's travel partner in reverse. It's not, you're not moving together. You're not moving in the same direction. You're not on the same page anymore. So maybe somebody, you know, got very emotionally attached and somebody didn't. And we started moving in different directions because somebody is afraid to love. There's a partner that somebody in our collective is experiencing right now. There's a partner that you're experiencing that is terrified to be in love. So that happens. It's weird, but it definitely happens. Or I think it's hard for people of a high frequency to understand why love would be rejected. But you know, there's a lot of trauma on Earth. There's a lot of trauma on Earth, and people, they perpetuate cycles of things they just get used to. So if they've gotten used to never receiving love, if you're somebody who's coming in and trying to love them, that's going to be something that they like kind of find uncomfortable and icky and new, maybe. So it honestly feels to me like somebody, like we were just talking about, like your spirit has already moved on, but your brain and your personality are struggling to catch up. Like when you look at this person, you're even just like, I don't even know why I'm so attached to this person. Like, I don't even like you. I don't even freaking like you, but like, I can't stop with the checking. And that's how you know when it's an attachment, when it's not like just a healthy kind of glowy thought about that person. When it's like, you're trying to keep a leash on them. You're trying to gauge them. And I just, you know, I have a lot of clients that ask for What is he thinking? What is he thinking? What is she thinking? What are they doing? You know, and if you were supposed to be with somebody, you would not have to pay a psychic to know what they're thinking, you know? Okay, so what is shifting now? What came out? We got commitment issues. That goes along with what we were already saying. Somebody's afraid to love. We're not moving on the same page. Somebody wants to commit, right? There's a commitment in the relationship that you are looking for, and it's just misaligned. And that's exactly what my guys were talking about with, like, don't try to create something that's not happening. Like, if you see that it's not happening, as hard as that Band-Aid might be to rip off, rip it off. Let it just not happen. What's that book everybody loves now? Let them. Just let them have commitment issues. Don't force anybody to do anything, right? Because on the spiritual plane, in the subtle realm, it's already gone. So you're just like grasping at that invisible illusion, that star that was there, but it's not there anymore, right? You're following the traces of light that are leading to absolutely nothing. And if you release and stop chasing that path, we go down the path you are actually aligned with. Another card that came out for what's changing was the Once a Cheater card. So it might be somebody that you're making a lot of excuses for their behavior, hoping for them to be, I won't say better, different. Hoping for them to be different. It says history has a habit of repeating itself when accountability is missing. Cheating isn't just a mistake, it's a pattern until it's healed. Yeah, so if that person is going through a pattern where their cup just cannot be filled by a monogamous relationship, and that's not, you know, anything to look down upon a person for. That's just where they are in their life, you know? Some people, especially with the cheating thing, if you're not like honest enough to just be like, hey, I like you, but I also want to bang a bunch of other people. Cause like, I'm like, that's an option. You know, you can just tell people like, I like you and I want to hang out, but I also want to hang out with other people. People are so afraid to say that. But, so I don't know if that's that, like a fear to just be open. Maybe you think that person would reject you or wouldn't be down with that idea. And if they're not down with that idea, you probably shouldn't be dating them, right? Maybe that's just like, you know, a sign to not like lie to someone to get them into a committed relationship with you and give them a facade of what you are doing and then doing something completely different. That fear, it sometimes can be a fear. Sometimes it can be an addiction. Sometimes it can just be like a shopping addiction. The same way, like that person can't get enough shoes. You know, that one person that like is always buying new shoes and you're like, how do you have so many shoes? I can't even wear 2 pairs of shoes per season. Like, it's just because it's a void that they're trying to fill with a very quick dopamine hit. And it fades as soon as it arrives. And so they have to keep filling it with something new. They're usually running from something. And the marriage vows card came out. So somebody in this collective might have really, really been hit in the chest by what their partner is revealing themselves to be. Maybe you really did commit to each other and have a deep connection. Maybe going as far as getting married or becoming engaged or something like that. And now what's shifting is your realization of possibly their inability to fulfill those vows. All right, let's see. Let's get some explanation about that, about the energy that is shifting for our collective. Clarify, Spirit, please. Okay, so we got, you are not crazy. You are picking up on real energy. So somebody is picking up on something and not listening to their intuition. Right, okay, so somebody, like I'm saying, your intuition comes from this subtle body that's already doing things 6 weeks ahead of you. If you're getting these intuitive hits, like, oh my God, this person is not for me, or this person is doing shady shit behind my back, but I can't prove it. You are not crazy. Spirit is saying you are picking up on a very real energy, and everybody needs to just start trusting their intuition. Honestly, everybody just needs to start trusting their intuition. Okay, so we also have alignment achieved, received, but it was in reverse. So you're not aligned. You are misaligned. I mean, duh. If you're watching this and you're struggling with attachment, you're not aligned with the thing. It's not really a personal thing. It's not something you need to fix or change or adjust. It's something you just like, let it go. Then we got fades without closure. A lot of people, that closure thing drives people crazy. The mind doesn't like a story that doesn't end. The mind reads the world through story, through narrative. And when the story ends, like, how disappointing is it when you watch a show and you're like, that's the end? No way. Like, I hate that. I hate cliffhangers that don't have like another promise that like another episode is coming, or just like when a movie ends so stupid. Oh, and you're just like, oh, so disappointed with that ending. That relationships can be like that too. And it seems like for this collective, whoever you are, beautiful soul, what is leaving you might not give you that cut and dry ending. It might just fade, which can be infuriating. I totally get it. I get that. But like, here's a beautiful moment to practice detachment. What a wonderful, hefty plate of detachment the universe has given you to devour. But this also came out. Recognition follows you, and fame. So like I said, when you surrender and you're finally like, I can't do this anymore. I can't make something happen out of nothing. I can't be the only one giving into this relationship. I give up. It's gone. It's done. When you surrender, all of a sudden, all of these blessings start hitting your physical reality. And for some of y'all, it looks like fame. For some of y'all, it looks like you're going to be in the limelight. You're going to be seen. And what's holding you back is you're like constant looping around holding on to something that you need to let go of. So whatever it is, let it go so we can be famous, because we love being famous. I love, right? No, maybe not. But maybe it's recognition in another way. It could be recognition in another way. But anyway, like, it's aligned with blessings flow in when you let it go. So let it go. What are we going to do? We're going to see why. Why are we struggling to let go? And I think I'm going to use a different deck. I know which one I want to use. Sorry if this is a longer video. I'm not sorry though. I am chatty. Archangel Raphael's in the house. I just saw a little glimpse of him. Oh, Michael and Raphael came out. Wow. Healing and protection. Not protection. He was in reverse. Somebody was not protected and somebody is healing because they were very unprotected in whatever they were doing. So why are we struggling to let go? What is the attachment? What is holding us to these things that we don't even like anymore, that our subtle body is trying to tell you, hey, I already moved on past that. Why are you still stuck on that? Come on, girl. Come on, shadow, let my tail go. Okay. Why are you struggling to let go? Views of the ego. Yes. Oh, sometimes it's that too. Sometimes it's this, the views of the ego. The many looking at the one looking at the many. It is and I know my sisters, women who are watching this, we struggle with this. We don't like to admit it, but a lot of times when I'm working with somebody and like going into why they don't want to let this particular person or thing go that they don't even like anymore, it's a hit to their ego. You know, it's like defeat. It's admitting defeat, or admitting like you were rejected by something, which means like you suck or you're not good. You know what I mean? And it's the ego will ruin you. The ego will make you have the worst time ever. If you were just like not take things personal at all, know that everybody that you're experiencing is a projection of you that's bringing you a lesson, and nobody is like trying to make you feel like shit. Your soul is trying to reveal some like stuff that it wants to experience, and just like let it go. So if your ego's like, oh my God, I'm being rejected, I need to like do something to make this person like me, or maybe throw a fit or something like that, because if they leave, then I lose, which is what it very much feels like. That is why you're struggling to let go. And that's one of the, it's not like I'm afraid to be alone, or like I'm going to be left out in the streets, or I'm not, my dreams are going to be disappointed. It's like, because how could you not like me? Have you seen me? And it's like, it's not even that serious. It's just like misalignment. The divine physician came out. So this is a divine healer. Whoever is watching this is a healer, is a powerful healer, and you are struggling to let go of this person because you are healing them. And on a high, beautiful, angelic level, you might have been contracted to give this person some healing, to show them unconditional love, or to, help their heart out of a rut, which healers are very attracted to people who need healing. And a lot of you psychic babies are healers, and you will find yourself constantly attracted to broken people. It's because you can help them, and the higher self see you and they're like, hey, you can help me. And you're like, I can totally help you. And then once they're helped, you're like, where did you go? And they're like, I'm better now, bye. It's like, next, like you're in triage or something. Also, okay, struggling to let go because you are healing this person. You feel like without you, they will just crumble and fade away. You're constantly feeding them your light. That God's got them. They will be just fine. You can let that go, because you know what? There's a community of people around this healer, right, who are waiting for that light. It's not just one person. And this one person, again, the recognition, the fame that follows you, this one person is taking all of your attention when you are really a beacon of light that's meant to serve a lot of people, right? And an aligned relationship won't take you off your mission. If you are supposed to be working with people, recognized by people, healing people in divine ways, however that looks like for you, and you cannot get your act together because you're like all hung up on a weird relationship, that's the devil. That's literally the devil. I'm sorry, I don't believe in that. But no, it is. It's something that's just, it's blocking you. It's blocking you from what you came here to do. You came here to give this collective something, a gift that you have. You didn't come here to make a million Finstas and stalk somebody on TikTok. Ooh, okay. And there's a fated meeting. So these are divine counterparts. These are soulmates. These are twin flames. This is a partnership that is aligned in higher realms. See, the higher selves are together and the lower selves are coming together in time, in divine timing. They're not there yet. They're there. So there is, yeah, we let this go. There is something. No, what was my question? Why are you struggling to let go? You're struggling to let go because you're contracted to each other. Now that's very interesting. Let's get more about that. I'm sorry this is so long, but I'm also not sorry. I feel nosy. So they're struggling. Why are they, what is this soul contract? You've been spared from a longer lesson. Ooh. Yeah, let go, baby. If you hold on, it's going to be a long one. This is handled for you. Oh, okay. I want to know about the soul contract now. The guys are like, mind your business. This is not something you can think your way out of. Okay. Wow. That's so interesting. Okay. So the soul contract, they're not giving me a lot of details, but I'm going to pry about why you might have been contracted to this person. It could be because of the healing that they needed from you. But okay, so we got the disruption prevented a deeper attachment. So whatever broke this connection between you and this partnership we're speaking of, it was done on purpose. It seems like it was to prevent a deeper attachment, because that would have been a hot ass mess. It says you're ignoring your intuition. You already knew this was a hot ass mess. You already knew that person was not for you. What are you doing? You cannot think your way out of this. This is not a problem that you can logic your way out of, which would be, you know, how to hold on to this. Let me like think of the best idea of how to make this last. Move in silence. Just dip. Just let it go. We don't even need the closure. We don't need just bye. This was handled for you. So your guides, your ancestors, your gods were like, no, this is why maybe what you're trying to create isn't happening with this relationship, no matter what you do. It feels like whoever I'm talking to is very frustrated. But yeah, no, this was a higher up saying, no more. That's enough with my girl. That's enough with my boy. Okay. Spared from a longer lesson. And that came again, the deeper attachment. Like if it had been allowed to continue the way it was, the attachment would have gotten worse and the lesson would have been harder. Okay, now let's do something fun. Let's see, what is spirit moving towards you? And then we'll be done, because this is already 30 minutes. Oops, I tried my best. Ooh, some of us are in same-sex relationships. What's coming towards you? That's cute. That might be different or new for you. If there's somebody of the same gender that is like catching your eye all of a sudden, that might be something you need to pay attention to. I don't know. What is coming towards this collective in terms of love, spirit? Thank you. Wow. Spirit has a lot to say. A cosmic connection, an aligned future. This is what we were talking about. I love when spirit speaks so specifically. There's a cosmic connection that's coming towards you, which means it is cosmic. It is ethereal. It's from up there. It's coming down here. And it is an aligned future. So this is a future in alignment with your mind, body, soul connection. Like your body isn't fighting what the subtle body is doing anymore. It's coming to coherence with your whole system. And that's when we see miracles. That's what miracles are. Miracles are like this crazy alignment where everything can happen at, I'm thinking what my spirit is thinking, and my spirit is receiving what my heavenly form is receiving, and it's all coming through at once. That's what a miracle is when you're aligned. We're going to be walking away from something. Duh, we already knew that. We knew that from the jump. You're going to be loving yourself. This is what's coming in for this collective. Loving yourself, which will cause fading feelings, which will cause that attachment to fade. So it'll become easy to release. It won't be so painful and sharp anymore. And then we got this happily ever after card, which is beautiful and amazing, and came out with this one, the cosmic connection. So I feel like the person who's coming in for you is probably aligned with you spiritually as well, is like on the same page with your spiritual beliefs, or maybe if you've, a lot of times we keep our woo-woo to ourselves, but you might be meeting somebody who's just as woo-woo as you. It's like, yes, let's talk about the aliens, because I want to talk about that too. I love that shit too. And then we got the love is love card, which is the love transcends labels, genders, and expectations. Let your heart feel without fear or apology. So somebody might be interested in dating something they've never dated before. And yeah, if that's coming through for you, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but if that's what's coming through for you, and don't block yourself from that just because it's different. You know, if you have feelings for somebody who is a gender or a race or a height or a weight or I don't know, whatever people use to differentiate themselves from people, maybe just think differently this time. Let's get a little bit, yeah, you've been moved to a different outcome. Your timeline has shifted. You are not even in that time, like, and somebody did it. You know, it was your angels, your higher self. They're like, let's just get her out of this because the energies are aligned. Yes, this is what you're moving towards. When you walk away, when you love yourself, the feelings will start to fade, and then this beautiful aligned love, this cosmic love, this aligned future starts coming in for you. And your desire and reality sync. You are energetically ahead of your environment. I'm done. I'm going to leave it there. So you know what you have to do. Do what you want. But you know what? This has been your advice for the day, darling. So if there's anything yucky you're holding on to that's giving you the blues, just like, yeah, cut it off. Because you're going to be famous and you're going to be in love with a cosmic connection that might be an alien. That's what I was thinking with the love is love. I was like, maybe it's not same sex. Maybe it's like a different species. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Okay, bye.